Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Stock Report. I am glad you are with us. We're moving along slowly but surely. I'm thankful for those of you who've subscribed recently. I do want to point out again my TikTok. If you're on TikTok, check me out. Man, things have been going crazy there. 638 followers as of now, 1,464 likes on my videos. There are some things here that I've been getting into that I'm going to talk about on today's show. And I really want to just take a look at the electric vehicle market this week because it's pretty fascinating what's been going on. So, if you're just looking at the electric vehicle makers, Tesla, NIO, XPeng, it's been pretty flat. All right, let me draw this out a little bit. So 5 days, we just really haven't seen much as far as movement on the stock price of Tesla. We haven't seen same thing. 5 days on NIO, we're pretty flat. XPeng, let me extend that out to 5 days as well. Um, well, Xpeng's just keeps going lower. It's been a rough month for Xpeng. Yeah, I have not given any advice as to whether or not to buy this stock in particular. I haven't done a ton of research. If you've been on this channel a while, you know that I'm really big into NIO. I do believe, like I said, it's going to compete to be the second biggest automaker in the world one day. That's my honest opinion. However, some news came out this week that has real. I've just been chewing on this, and I am excited about it. I'm excited about the possibilities about this. So, Apple. Apple wants to have a car on the road by 2024. I don't know if you've been paying attention to this, but this info, I don't know if it was supposed to happen, but it leaked this week, and things have been very interesting. So, the Apple car, if there is one, could be on the road by 2024. Um, so just to summarize this article, summarize what I've been seeing. Apple has kind of dipped their toes in the waters with this before, and then just kind of shelved it. But there's some plans for things to come back and to go into it full force. You know what I think Apple is seeing? I think they're seeing a huge potential for them to gain some of the shares of the automobile market because in the United States with electric vehicles, there really is only Tesla right now. And Tesla, check out my video where I asked the question, is Tesla undervalued? I think the answer is that in a sense, yes, Tesla is undervalued. We are at the very beginning of this ball game here. And I think Apple is seeing that. And I think they want to take some of that share of the market because we have companies like Ford, GM, Dodge, Chrysler. I could go on. I mean, really, do you have much faith that they're going to take some of this market? I don't think so. I think they're going to stick along with their gas-powered vehicles and go by the way of borders. You know what I mean? Circuit City. That they'll make their money off their gas-powered vehicles until there are no more gas-powered vehicles on the road. And then what? No electric vehicles because they didn't think far enough ahead. They didn't make small sacrifices now in order to make big gains in the future. And so Apple sees that. They see Tesla is going to dominate unless somebody else steps in, and they want to get back into this. I think they're much more serious now about this, and that we are going to see Apple cars on the road one day this decade. And it's fascinating to me because you think about the brand recognition of Tesla. Somebody drives a Tesla, that person, for whatever reason, they're elevated in our minds as somebody who's high class. Imagine if Apple has that same kind of brand recognition. They put a car on the road. I think people are going to want to put their money into that and drive an Apple car. I really think the first few times we see Apple cars on the road, we're going to be like, oh, it's an Apple car. Check that out. And that's what a lot of people want, unfortunately. So here's the point of this video. Here's what I have been seeing. So when I'm saying it's been a crazy week in the EV market, and you see those Tesla, NIO, XPeng, all those car companies not doing so great. But here's where things have been going crazy right now. So first of all, QuantumScape. Now, I did a video, my hot top stock picks for December. Go back to that video. I wasn't, I talk about Apple. I talk about three stocks, and two of them are Apple and QuantumScape. I think it's funny because Apple comes out with this news, and QuantumScape shoots up like a rocket. Now, I said in that video they IPO'd the day after Thanksgiving, and so I said, be cautious initially, but there's a point soon where you're going to want to dive into this. And so I said that around November 30th, and I said, be cautious. And then look, the stock price goes down, it goes down. I was fortunate to have bought a call, just one call, on December 2nd when the stock price was around 37. It was a high of $37 that day. And I rode that thing until this week. I sold the call. But man, $37. And then it shoots up to 75, and then it kind of hovers for a little bit, and then bam, shot up to a high of 131, an intraday high of $131.67. I sold around 110, and then I was crying that day, but I feel good about this. I think now, if you have any holdings of QuantumScape, now might be a good time to get out because, man, it was a 25% gain on Monday and I think a 35% gain on Tuesday. It's like any stock that does that is going to recalibrate, So if you're holding, my suggestion, I could be wrong, but exit. But man, I took a 3,000% gain on this. If you followed that video and you invested in QuantumScape, I hope that you got some great returns on that. So QuantumScape, their solid state battery, the technology, they took this huge leap of faith, and I really think that, man, they took a risk and it really paid off. I'm bullish on this in the long run. Short run, uh, the rest of this year, next month or so, I think it's just going to kind of hover, maybe go down a little bit. All right, next, I also did a TikTok video on Codal Minerals. And you know what? I'm going to play that one too.
1 Minute Stocks by the Stonk Report. Codal Minerals is an exploration company focused on the development of its lithium project in southern Mali. With 350 square kilometers of potential mining operations, they expect to haul in 1.94 million tons of lithium over 8 years, with an estimated $1.4 billion of revenue. So what's the big deal? Just like any of the Earth's elements, lithium is finite. And because of the electric vehicle boom, lithium demand is going to skyrocket over the coming decades. Lithium miners are poised to grow exponentially. Codal's market cap is only $9 million. But with revenues over the next years estimated to reach into billions of dollars, I believe this stock, which is trading at a little under 9 cents a share, is a long-term buy.
So Codal Minerals. It's funny. I edited that video so much, that 1 minute stock video, because it was hard to Codal Minerals, Codal Minerals, Codal Minerals. Anyway, Codal Minerals, this TikTok, a lot of people got interested in this. They are a lithium mining company. Their headquarters are in the UK, and their mining is based in Mali, and they have 350. Well, you saw the TikTok. Stocks up today about 6 7 tenths of a cent. This one is on the London Stock Exchange. You need at least $10,000. I'm not going to just Google it. Google how to get invested on stocks in the London Stock Exchange, but you do need at least $10,000 to get in on this. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to put 10,000. I have my investments other places, but I think I'm going to be kicking myself about this. This thing is set to explode. I mean, I said $9 million market cap, and they're going to be having over the next 8 years $1.4 billion in revenue, maybe more than that. I mean, the sky is the limit for this one. If you're able to invest in the London Stock Exchange, this would be my recommendation. Short, long term, whatever you want to look at it. Get in on this one. I'm going to pass for now, but maybe I'll get in later. I just don't want to put that initial money up front. But if you are not able or willing to put that $10,000 down into it, there are plenty of lithium miners in the world, and so I have some recommendations here. First of all, Albemarle. Uh, sorry, I'm just going to say it. I don't know how to pronounce this company's name because I've never watched videos on this. I've read plenty about it, and I've read this thing. I think it's smart. A smart thing to consider is that if somebody mispronounces something, don't make fun of them because the reason why they're mispronouncing it is because they read about it in a book, or read about it somewhere. And so here we go. Albemarle has been the world's leading producer of lithium. The U.S. company has a mixture of brine and hard rock mining operations in Chile, Australia, and the U.S. Biggest producer of lithium, and so that's great. But people have been seeing this trend. If you saw that chart in my Codal mining video, this trend of the demand for lithium skyrocketing because of electric vehicles skyrocketing, and so people are going to jump on the biggest one right away, and so that's what I'm seeing here with the Albemarle stock price. Is you look year to date. I mean, March they had a low of what, 53, $50. So they've tripled since then. That's actually not bad. And I do expect short term, medium term, and long term for this stock to be bullish. I just think that there may be better values out there. But this one, if you want to invest in this, it's on any stock exchange that you could find in the United States. I would recommend it for sure. Now, this one in particular, this is the one that I decided to invest in. So, Sociedad Química y Minera de Chile. And let me play the 1 minute stock on that.
1 minute stocks by the Stonk Report. Sociedad Química y Minera de Chile is a mining company listed in the United States but rooted in Atacama Desert in Chile, where it has exclusive access to huge reserves of calcium brine, which allows it to produce a wide array of commodities. It says its brines contain the highest concentrations of lithium and potassium in the world, and also produces other commodities like sulfate and boron. Lithium is one of the smallest parts of this business, but SQM is committed to rapid expansion in the anticipation of a spike in demand as electric vehicles take off. It's aiming to double production from 55,000 metric tons of lithium in 2020 to 120,000 tons in 2021, and is expanding its ability to make both lithium carbonate and hydroxide. As mentioned previously on this channel, lithium demand is set to skyrocket over this decade as electric vehicles become more mainstream and increasing regulation is set against gasoline and diesel powered vehicles. Both short and long term, I believe this is a buy.
All right, so yeah, the same thing I'm seeing here. What was the low in March? What do we got? 1604, tripled, same deal, following the same trend. I just do think that there's more room for growth, and I do like their diversified mining operations. I love the fact that they're devoting more of their efforts into lithium. So they're going to double their lithium production. The price of lithium is going to go up. This seems like a no-brainer to me, honestly. And so then there's a couple more. There's Livent Corporation, stock ticker LTHM. Just so you know what they're invested in. Same deal. They've about quadrupled since March. I'm bullish on this one too. So there's a couple Chinese ones. Now, generally, I am. Let me scroll down to the Chinese ones. Ganfeng Lithium, listed in Shenzhen, in Hong Kong. You can buy that on Robinhood or on Webull or whatever. And then Tianqi Lithium as well. Now, my temptation, my preference is to generally stay away from the Chinese stocks. If there's a good American option available, I would prefer to do that. And then you might be criticizing me. You might be thinking, well, what about NIO? Well, like I said, I think NIO could one day potentially be the second largest car company in the world. I can't step away from that. So, although my wife wants me to. So, man, guys, crazy week in the EV market. If you're paying attention to anything other than electric vehicles have had their day and they will have their day down the road. But everything else that we're seeing here, the QuantumScape, the battery producers, the lithium miners, these are great opportunities in the long run to step in and to make some money. So, as always, do your own research and stay safe out there. Stay safe with your money. Thanks for checking in. I will see you again in the next video. Peace.